we also got details on more games from Respawn, one of them being a first-person shooter. And at the time of the announcement, we only knew it as that, but we do have some more details, and this is pretty exciting. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hey, this is a clip from our full episode, which you can check out on the channel, links in the description. Now, back to the rest of it. Originally, when the game got announced, we had a single quote. Working with Lucasfilm Games on a new FPS in the Star Wars galaxy is a dream come true for me, as this is a story I've always wanted to tell, says Peter Hirschman, game director at Respawn, who was also working on the original Battlefront games. You say someone that worked on the original Battlefront games are there? I'm even more there. I'm there day one, midnight release there. So I'm super pumped about that. But we do have some more details. We didn't have any specifics on what this could be. This was middle of 2022 when we got this information. Since then, they announced that they were beginning development on it, and they were building a team within Respawn, who's becoming a massive game development company, but specifically around first-person shooters with experience in first-person shooters. But we didn't know if this was going to be a multiplayer title. I had a source that I was confident in that EA was working on a small-scale first-person shooter that was multiplayer, but from what I know, from what I can tell, they shelved it. They were working on it. They had big plans for it. It was going to be more of a small-scale kind of growing with the game kind of game, but it got shelved as far as my sources say, which is disappointing. But we all wondered, hey, Respawn, Star Wars game. Interesting. Oh, first-person shooter? Even more interesting. Well, we have some confirmation possibly around it being a multiplayer shooter, or at least have a multiplayer component. Insider Gaming says this. They found a job position listing for a senior gameplay software engineer at Respawn, and specifically tied to the company's untitled Star Wars FPS. And they're looking for, quote, quality of experience in developing multiplayer games. So they're at least looking for someone with that expertise. This is still early on in development. If they started a few months before the announcement, which I assume they would, at least the storyboarding, sketching, and trying to figure out what they wanted to make. So in theory, we're probably looking for probably another 2 years before we see anything from this game.
Yeah.